On the morning of December 6, 1917, the city of Halifax, Nova Scotia, awoke to a crisp, clear day. It was a bustling port, a vital hub for the Allied war effort during the First World War. No one could have predicted the catastrophe that was about to unfold. This day would witness the largest man-made explosion in history before the atomic age. It would forever scar a city and its people, leaving an indelible mark on Canadian history. The events of that morning serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the devastating power of human error. Halifax was a strategic jewel for the Allied forces. Its deep, ice-free harbor served as a primary convoy assembly point for ships crossing the Atlantic. Thousands of troops, munitions, and supplies passed through its waters daily. The city was a hive of activity, constantly under the shadow of war. Naval vessels, merchant ships, and troop transports filled the Bedford Basin and the Narrows, the narrow strait connecting the basin to the outer harbor. This constant traffic, however, also presented significant risks. Two ships were central to the unfolding tragedy. The first was the French cargo ship Mont-Blanc, laden with a highly volatile cargo. Its holds contained 2,300 tons of picric acid, 200 tons of TNT, 10 tons of gun cotton, and 35 tons of benzol in barrels on deck. The second vessel was the Norwegian relief ship Imo, chartered by the Belgian Relief Commission. It was sailing empty en route to New York to pick up supplies for war-torn Belgium. Both ships were navigating the busy Narrows that fateful morning. As the Mont-Blanc entered the Narrows from the outer harbor, the Imo was departing the Bedford Basin. Rules of navigation dictated that ships keep to the starboard side of the channel. However, a series of miscommunications and navigational errors put both vessels on a collision course. The Mont-Blanc, attempting to avoid an incoming steamer, found itself off course. The Imo, also adjusting its path, continued forward. Despite frantic whistle blasts and last-minute maneuvers, the two ships could not avoid impact. At approximately 8:45 a.m., the Imo's bow struck the Mont-Blanc's starboard side. The collision itself was not severe, but it ruptured barrels of benzol on the Mont-Blanc's deck. Sparks from the grinding metal ignited the highly flammable liquid. Within moments, a raging fire erupted on the Mont-Blanc. The French crew, realizing the immense danger posed by their explosive cargo, made desperate attempts to fight the blaze. However, the fire quickly became uncontrollable. The Mont-Blanc, now a blazing inferno, drifted towards Pier 6 on the Halifax waterfront. Its crew, knowing the ship's deadly contents, abandoned ship and rowed frantically towards the Dartmouth shore. They tried to warn others, but their cries were misunderstood or unheard. Halifax residents, drawn by the spectacle of the burning ship, gathered along the waterfront and in their homes. Firefighters rushed to the scene, preparing to battle what they believed was a conventional ship fire. No one grasped the true, terrifying nature of the cargo. At 9:35 a.m., the Mont-Blanc exploded. The force was unimaginable, instantly vaporizing the ship and creating a mushroom cloud that rose thousands of feet into the sky. It was the largest non-nuclear, man-made explosion in history. The blast generated an immense shockwave that flattened everything within an 800-meter radius. Buildings were pulverized, trees were stripped bare, and the landscape was utterly transformed. The north end of Halifax, particularly the Richmond district, ceased to exist. The explosion created a massive tsunami, a wall of water that swept across the harbor. It engulfed the Dartmouth shore, carrying ships inland and drowning countless people. The Imo, though damaged, was lifted by the wave and deposited on the Dartmouth side. Thousands were killed instantly, either by the blast, flying debris, or the tsunami. Many more were severely injured, blinded by flying glass, or trapped beneath rubble. The city was plunged into chaos, darkness, and a chilling silence, soon broken by cries of pain. The human toll was staggering. Approximately 2,000 people died, and another 9,000 were injured. Many of the dead were never identified, their bodies obliterated by the blast. The explosion left 6,000 people homeless and 19,000 without adequate shelter. Entire families were wiped out. Children playing near the waterfront, workers in factories, and residents in their homes were all victims. The sheer scale of the tragedy left an entire community in profound shock and grief. One of the most striking and tragic consequences was the widespread eye injuries. Thousands suffered from shattered glass, leading to permanent blindness for many. The sight of so many people with bandaged eyes became a haunting symbol of the disaster. Doctors and nurses, many injured themselves, worked tirelessly in makeshift hospitals. the demand for medical care far outstripped the city's capacity, leading to desperate pleas for assistance from outside Halifax. News of the disaster spread quickly, despite damaged communication lines. Aid poured in from across Canada and the United States. The city of Boston, in particular, responded swiftly, sending a relief train with medical personnel and supplies within hours. This act of generosity forged a lasting bond between Halifax and Boston. To this day, Halifax sends a Christmas tree to Boston each year as a token of gratitude for their invaluable assistance during the city's darkest hour. In the immediate aftermath, the focus was on rescue, recovery, and providing basic necessities. The winter weather, with a blizzard hitting the day after the explosion, compounded the suffering and complicated relief efforts. Halifax embarked on a massive reconstruction effort. The Halifax Relief Commission was established to manage aid and rebuild the devastated areas. New, safer housing was constructed, and the city slowly began to heal and rebuild itself. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible videos of disasters of the world. The Halifax explosion led to significant changes in maritime safety regulations and urban planning. The disaster highlighted the dangers of transporting hazardous materials through populated areas and the need for clear communication protocols in busy waterways. It also underscored the resilience of the human spirit and the power of community. The way Halifax and its allies responded to such an overwhelming catastrophe became a testament to courage, compassion, and collective determination. The Halifax explosion remains a pivotal event in Canadian history. It is a story of immense tragedy, but also of extraordinary heroism, international solidarity, and enduring resilience. The memory of December 6, 1917, continues to shape the identity of Halifax. Today, memorials stand as solemn reminders of the lives lost and the city's remarkable recovery. The Halifax explosion serves as a powerful historical lesson, urging us to remember the past and to always strive for safety and preparedness in an unpredictable world.